Hello everybody, today's going to be part 2 of our walk around. This time we're going to do the Japanese side of my garage. We'll start off here with my 1975 CR250, sporting a lot of originality, including rear shocks and the front tire. Yes, that original front tire does hold me back at the armor races pretty significantly, but it does okay. Here's a 1980 CR125 I recently picked up. Last owner said if only it was an Elsinore and if only it had the stock head, he would be asking big money for it. If only he knew. Here's the machine that came right after that one, the 1981. Big year for Honda, first year for water cooling and for their ProLink monoshock on the production bikes. You can see that they are making leaps and bounds in just a few months to a year over that last model I showed you. Everybody loves these. Honda CR480. Little hard to start, but they're a very good handling open classer, as well as another CR125 for some later years back there. Nearly a modern in my collection. Here's a 1974 CR125, big fan favorite. Sporting some originality, but it's also been cleaned up, rebuilt the motor on this one here. Got a DG pipe on it, and we'll soon have a DG head. Got to change out the number plates. They seem to be extremely fragile. They've just cracked up sitting in the garage over the years. A couple Yamaha open classers here. TT500, that's Yamaha's 4-stroke offering for motocross bikes. And behind it is two YZ400s. These are very innovative bikes featuring monoshocks and air forks on them. But they came out a little too heavy. They do a lot of things right, but they're just a tad too heavy to be truly competitive in my mind. Here we have a Yamaha MX360 sporting a 250 paint scheme on the gas tank currently. I just had a nice original paint one of those. Now that bike I believe is a little slower than earlier offerings like the piston port Yamaha RT1MXs and things like that, so it's not a lot to write home about. The bike sitting next to it that looks very similar, the DT2MX, is incredibly fast. This personal one is sporting Moto Plaid on it, which I think really helps. The stock Yamaha ignition wasn't very good. Over here, we've got two pretty special open classers. The one on the right is a lovely French blue RD400 with only 400 original miles on it. Pretty tough to find an RD that was used that little. And then next to it is a Profab 500 featuring KYB air forks. Not quite the same ones the 400's using. It's got the 125 lowers on it. Got magnesium hubs, PFR exhaust on it, and KYB fin shocks. It's got that big, heavy SC500 down to being incredibly light. My personal favorite Elsinore, 1981 CR450, the only open class production Elsinore built. Everybody says these machines are very hard to start, but I would argue the opposite. They do get quite a bit of head shake, but they're very good machines. I've loved that bike, owned it for over a decade or so now. Here we've got the Yamaha AT1MX. That one's a Japanese domestic model. We've got a DT1. I believe that one's a 70 or 71, looking like a 68. It's not a real MX. I do have a Bassani exhaust on it. My first open classer I ever owned, Yamaha RT1 360. And also the little version next to it, the Mini Enduro. We have an HT1 under construction that will join the group soon enough. The big 4-stroke offering from Honda in the early years, SL350. Superb enduro machine. First model year ATC 70 and some more Honda Enduros. SL70, lovely little bike. SL175 and my first machine, a Honda CL100. First model year XR75, sporting laid down shocks and a 74 gas tank on it. Over there we've got a few TMs, 71 TM 400 Cyclone, 1974 KX450. That's a 75 TM250, looking like a Joel Robert replica from 1972. Here we've got some smaller machines, GT80MX and first model year YZ80. Obviously looking like a 1975, but it is a true 74. Some more enduros behind it. Several Yamaha in the back. And then you got some Kawasaki's over here and Suzuki's in the background as well. KX125, KX250. This here will be my SR380 replica built out of a KDX400. There was no KX400 offering in that year. KX250. Suzuki TM75. As well as two RM400s. An RM250 C2 model sporting the plastic gas tank. 76 and 1980 125 here. The 76 I'll build into a Gaston Ray replica. And here's a 1974 TM400 that I've campaigned for several years now. Very fast bike, just too heavy. Worst performance shocks help it out a lot. I know I said this was the Japanese side, but we've got a little Harley Davidson that was built in Italy. One of the 125 models in rather good condition. We'll pull that bike out and do another video on in the coming days. Tucked behind that CR450, we've got a YZ490. If you guys are liking what you're seeing and would like to see these bikes in more shape or better shape, please subscribe or give us a like. It would really help us out a lot. Thank you very much.